Hello from Saren's Rim. It's Trilaterum Tim and Trilaterum Stacy. Say hi, Stacy.
Hi, Stacy.
Glad everybody could join us tonight. We've got a fun show ahead of us. We're going to be doing some painting. We're going to finish up that large brood tyrant figure. We're going to work on some of the new mercs. And we'll see what else we decide we want to work on. At the break, we're going to talk about a new collaboration with Things from the Basement. I got a really exciting new piece that I just got pictures of today that we're going to show off. So stick around during the break and check it out. So without further ado, we'll pop on over to the painting cam. Let us know if we have that echo issue that we had last week. Okay, so we're just swapping places here. So I don't know if you remember from last week, we were working on this really cool brood tyrant. We finished up his flesh. We finished up the purple wash. So now we're going to go in and get those claws painted up with the black gray. And then he'll be ready for some dry brushing. There's a couple of little spots we need to touch up too with the purple wash, so we can do that after we do the black, well, the black gray. So, like before, we're using, sorry, not black gray, it's German gray. It's a 995 German gray from the model color line. So we're just going to put a little bit of that out on our palette. And that's going to go on the claws, the hooves, and the teeth and large claws by the mouth. So, hope everybody had a good weekend. We were down at ArmorCon. It was a blast. It was great to see everybody there. We put on our first con-specific event. We did a linked scenario with three scenario what's the word I'm looking for? A narrative event, and it was a lot of fun. We had a number of players. I was happy to see everybody and see people rolling dice and playing Trilaterum. Nothing fills my heart with joy more. Well, other than my wife. So.
Thank you for remembering.
Yes. No. It's really is quite a thing to see your game actually being played by people. So that definitely made me happy. But again, nothing beats my wife.
I'm delightful.
She is. She is delightful. Trilaterum Stacy is the bee's knees. So sound off out there. What are you guys up to? Are you painting miniatures while we talk? Are you just watching? If you're painting something, let me know what you're working on. One of the things we had at the show this weekend was the new mercenary units. We sold quite a lot of them, so I'm very excited to see people playing them on the tables. It's kind of a new concept for us. This army pack, which includes all the units from that said army. So I'm very excited to see what people think about that. Plus, the army is pretty cool. It's all drop with the exception of the snipers, which are scouts. So remember, drop we amended so that it's now a may, so you don't have to use the drop rule if you don't want to, as well as you can now launch a firefight or range combat when they hit the table. Now, I mean, the downside to that is that they're hitting the table right at the beginning of the turn. So whatever they firefight is going to be able to do that reactionary fire. But, if you dropped one unit down next to them and maybe used a suppressing fire and then the other one goes in for the firefight, there's one way you can do it. So I've noticed a lot of people don't quite use suppressing fire, and it is an extremely powerful tool in your play arsenal. So make sure that you think about that when you're doing your options for combat. Um, so we're just getting in here and painting these big claws with the German gray, not black gray, German gray. So pretty quiet in the stream tonight.
Yeah.
Hopefully people are enjoying it. We'll be down at Twilight Games this weekend. Twilight Comics in New Bedford, Mass. From noon till 6. We'll be running demos. We'll have product. We also have a special scenario for people to play, as well as for the veterans to do when they're down there. So it'll be a lot of fun. Hopefully people can make it. Kind of hard to see the backs of these claws, so I'm trying to get under here. And I'm not allowed to say the words I was going to say there, so we're just trying to get into where we need to go. Is that a better way to say it, Stacy?
Yes, that's better.
Okay. Into where we need to go. Make sure you check out the link tree. The link tree's got links to all of the compound partners, as well as our website, where you can find all of our wonderful products up for sale. New releases are a little late this month between ArmorCon and this visit to Twilight. We're a little behind, so they will be hitting the store eventually. So just
we'll get there when we get there.
We get there when we get there. Somebody told me that I create my own false what's the word I'm looking for, when you're trying to do something as quick as you can, when you don't need to.
I don't know what you're going for.
False sense of urgency.
Oh, yes.
On the new releases that I don't need to stress so much about getting the new releases out. So, So, let's see. We're just getting this back sides of these big claws. So we did that green on the gun, which is going to look really cool when that finishes. Really like that mutation green. It's a nice looking green. Okay, I think we got the claws. Let's do his mandibles. That's a $2 word right there. So
I'll give you a quarter for it.
I actually changed the font on the painting with Trilaterum and Stacy. Let me know if you like it, if you can read it. The other one people said they were having trouble reading, so I used one of the other common fonts that we use in the Trilaterum rulebook. So getting in here, getting his mandibles, and I guess I worry about painting those teeth because you can see them pretty good there, but I guess they would be black like the other. So we'll go ahead and paint them. I just don't want them to wash out, but the dry brush should take care of that. So we'll get and he's got these other little claws here. Or sorry, not claws, these are the little fangs. Stacy does not like giant bugs, so.
No, this is covered territory.
Hey, Bloody Scotsman. Thanks for joining us. How's it sound? Any echo tonight? Frame. Oh, sorry. I'm out of... Oh! You know what? I didn't put my camera where I usually put it. Let me pull my camera over a little bit. So, is that better?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's the first time you said frame in a long time.
You've been better. What do you want me to say?
I didn't set when I put the camera up. I didn't check it to make sure that it was covering the blue.
No echo. That's great. We had some issues last week, as you might remember.
Yes.
But Tim futzed around. That's a technical term there. He futzed around.
I futzed.
And I think we should be okay.
The futzing was useful. Okay, we're just going in here and doing the hooves now. Would a bug have hooves?
No. I mean, it's a space bug, so I suppose it can have whatever you want. But an earthen bug would not.
Well, thanks, Iron Will. Glad we got that solved. I don't know what the deal with that was. I think it was a combination of things. I noticed in the streaming software that there was another source. I think it was one of the webcams, so I think that's where it was coming from. It was just like the mic was just causing it to bounce around. So we're just going in the back of the hoof here. Again, still using that German gray. So Bloody Scotsman will also be there on Saturday, running, I believe, Devil in the Wilderness, or I'm not sure if it's that or Devil in Sleepy Hollow. So maybe he can chime in and let us know what he'll be running. He's also on the stream on Saturday night, so check him out. I will not be on stream, so it's his turn. We were also signed up for another convention that's short notice. We weren't planning on going to it. We actually met the people that run it at the show. It's called Everwinter in Boston on December 10th. I guess it's a big competitive event, but they also wanted some local independents to set up in the vendor area. They have a rather large vendor area that there's not many people going to. What my local shop here, Midgard Comics and Games, is actually going to be there because they're one of the hosts of it.
Oh, so. I didn't realize Midgard is hosting.
Yeah.
Bloody Scotsman says Devil in the Wilderness 19 Souls campaign.
Oh, nice.
Good times.
Yes. So be there or be square. Lots of fun to be had there on Saturday. 19 Souls.
I didn't realize Midgard was sponsoring. It's a great shop if you ever get around to Derry, New Hampshire. Always lots of fun stuff going on there.
Yeah, Cardin, the guy that runs all the 40K there, he's big with the ITC, which is the Independent Tournament Circuit.
Oh.
And so he knows these guys from Everfrost, I guess, and that's kind of how that all happened. I think it's great. I really do. It sounds like it's going to be a cool event. The guy was saying there's...
the Hyatt? Is that what you told me?
I believe it's at the Hyatt, yeah.
Well, that'll be a nice big space and pretty cool, and I mean, what's not fun about being in Boston?
Well, yeah. I like being in Boston.
I like being in Boston.
York from Things from the Basement, he's going to be there as well.
Nice.
And, yeah, it's going to be a good time. He's got some... he's going to bring in a lot of bric-a-brac kits and things for scatter terrain, and we were talking about it today because what we're going to be showing off today, you may see those there too. Cool. It's a new concept for us, combining his laser cut with my 3D printed. So it's going to be very cool. All right, so we went ahead and we did all the German gray. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the eyes with Mutation Green while and let that dry while we're going on, because we're probably getting close to break here.
Yeah, I think we are.
Another 10 minutes we'll be going to the other camera. So again, this is 105 Game Color Mutation Green. I really like it. It's a really dark green. It really comes out nice. We're going to actually hit the gun again with it because after the wash, the gun got really dark. So before I highlight it with the livery green, I want to make sure I come up one more level. So right now we're just going in and we're hitting his eyes right here. So if you didn't have a chance to see us at ArmorCon, we had a couple of cool things on display. We had the new, like I said, the new Merc Company, the 67th Merc Company. Their rules are in the latest Army download. I also had a sneak peek advanced copy of the new Dragonid transport that we showed off last week. Very cool. People really liked it, so I'm really excited about that. I'm really thinking that people are going to have a lot of fun with that unit. So we had those. We had other shenanigans. I had some of the Desert Raiders that we have been showing off a little bit of, and the well, I guess for lack of another word, space hobbits that we have been working on. So I gave some advanced copies off to the people that played in the event, so it was a lot of fun. So, yeah. Oh, Iron Will, yes, you are currently the only person that has one, I believe. We came to an arrangement. Those back alley deals, so to speak. So I'm going to go ahead and get that purple wash out, and we're going to just put a couple of drops in the spots that I saw. There was only one or two little spots that needed it. Let's see here. So I had him tipped like this. Oh, there it is, right down there. There we go. And I saw one up here. Really bitty spot. And I thought there was one more. I guess not. I guess I got them. I guess those were the two. Oh, that right there. I'll just go this way. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, he looks mighty fine. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. He's very, very cool. We had a fun time at ArmorCon. Hopefully we'll be back next year. They were already actually talking about planning, so. We've also signed on for Mayhem Con. That'll be in Lebanon, New Hampshire in April. And I'm still working out the details, but I may be at Carnage up in Vermont in November. I'm still waiting to hear back. I originally wasn't going to be, but something changed and some spots opened up, so I may end up being there. So keep your eyes posted. So we're going to put our big guy aside for now, let those things dry, and we're going to go ahead and, you know what, we're going to actually work on finishing off okay, we're going to actually go to break first, and then we're going to work on finishing off the worker bugs. So why don't we go to break here? We're going to try that out. Stacy and I are going to switch chairs. Okay, so, let me turn my light on. Forgot to turn that on. Sorry about that, folks. So, yeah, let's talk about things from the basement and their wonderful laser cut terrain. York does a wonderful job with his laser cut terrain, and we've worked some in the past. I've done some work for him, and the large airships that he has, I actually do his guns for. I design and print them for him, as well as some other pieces some bric-a-brac for his train, and some pumps for some of his American Civil War farms, some little water pump kind of things. And so we were talking this weekend, and we decided maybe we'd do some terrain for Trilaterum, so he could cut out some basic shapes for us, and then we'd be able to accessorize them with some nice 3D printed gubbins. So this is the first design that we've come up with. It's a kind of a hexagonal bio pod of some sort, and this is it plain, and you can see it's got really kind of some cool. He put some cool scroll work into it, and you can see it side by side with some of our UEL. And he also has this little like radar, satellite radio kind of aerial kind of thing here. So I went ahead and supplied him with a package of our building accessories. So here you can see it with some of the building add-ons. So we've got some doors, we've got some lights, we've got a air conditioning unit, an aerial, and a little keypad. And yeah, I think they look great. And we're still working out all of the kinks and details, but I would expect that you will see these very soon. They look cool, and I think they're modular enough and customizable enough that people are going to really be able to do a lot of stuff with them. Stack them or make them into one long pod, use the gubbins in all kinds of different spots, and really just come up with some cool designs on their own. And we're very excited about it, and I hope to be able to have that very, very soon. Like I said, York and I are working out all the final details on everything, but as far as I'm concerned, it's a home run. He really went above and beyond with this design. I really like it. So we're actually thinking about making some awnings so that you could actually turn one of them into like a merchant stall pod. You know, maybe have a little like an awning, and then a small spot where there's vegetables or something sitting there, or foodstuffs, or yeah, I really like them, and I think they're going to be cool. So stay tuned, and hopefully we'll have those pretty quick. So I'm just going to turn those pictures off. And like I said, come see us on Saturday. We're going to be at Twilight Games. Sorry, Twilight Comics in New Bedford, as well as hopefully we'll be at Carnage, but we'll definitely be at Everfrost in Boston. And after that, we're looking at TotalCon in February. TotalCon's one of our favorite conventions down in Marlborough. We're there all weekend. We've done it. This is probably my 5th year doing it.
Probably.
Somewhere around there. It's always a good time. The guys that run it are really cool. They've been working every year. You see more and more miniatures games. It started out more as a RPG con, but now they're definitely putting some focus into miniature gaming. And I just got word that Havoc will be moving to the same location for this year. So I'm still trying to get the details on Havoc. So we may be at Havoc as well. That is also in April. So it could be a very busy April for us. So we'll just have to see. So why don't we flip back to the painting camera, and we'll paint for a little while longer. So go ahead and switch over cameras. Okay, so when last we met on these workers, we had finished up the base, so we're going to use another one of my special tools. Hold on one second, I'm just going to take a sip of something. Thank you. Sorry about that. It's a little parched. So this is another one of my favorite tools. This is my rechargeable air duster. They make it for cameras so that you can blow off your lenses. They're not cheap. I think I paid about $80 for this. But I gotta tell you, I've had it for probably 3 or 4 years now, and it's way better than canned air. It's rechargeable, and it does a great job. So we're going to go ahead. I went ahead and put down the wood glue and my sand and rock mix. So what I do after that, after it's all dried, I just give it a quick blow with the air duster. So here we go. There we go. And I think we're all done. And now we'll go ahead and put our tufts on there. So let me grab my tufts. We're gonna go with some neon tufts on this guy. I want something a little different to stand out a little bit here. So we're gonna use these guys today. Just give them something special, you know. So with these gamer grass tufts, which we actually carry, if you ever need any, just let us know. They are self-adhesive, but I like to use the super glue with it. The super glue, you know, if you have young children or children that are, under the age of say 20 at the moment, I can give you a surefire way to make them mad, and that is to put the word "the" in front of anything to do with the internet. So my favorite is to say the Google, because I think that is like chalk or nails on a chalkboard to my son when I say, "Oh, did you check the Google?" Oh, it's hilarious, folks.
I say the interwebs.
The interwebs, another classic.
Yeah.
See, they didn't grow up. I saw a really funny meme the other day, and I told Stacy, it said, I'm going to drop my kids off in 1987 and see if they survive. Because I tell you, between the interwebs and the Googles and the video games and the streaming, and they don't know how it is. What did you say, Stacy? You said something about how you only like cartoons from 3 to 5 in the afternoon.
3 to 5 in the afternoon and Saturday mornings. How many channels do you have that are 24/7?
Exactly. Well, don't forget Bozo at 6 a.m.
I didn't have Bozo.
You had something else. What was his name?
Ramblin' Rod.
Ramblin' Rod. Did you have Captain Kangaroo or no?
Yes, we had Captain Kangaroo.
We had Captain Kangaroo and Bozo.
We had Mr. Rogers. That was big.
Yeah, we had Mr. Rogers too. We had Mr. Rogers.
Ramblin' Rod was a local guy.
Local dude, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I think Bozo was local to the Boston Metro, I believe.
Oh.
I remember.
We did not have him.
He always, well, he would give away, like, to the kids, like, all this stuff. And I was always like, man, I want that giant Tootsie Roll. But then it was Bozo, and he was just freakishly scary. So
Tim's scared of clowns. Fun fact.
Don't like clowns, man. Clowns. And oh, so get this. I just saw a thing on the interwebs.
On the interwebs, yeah.
In Switzerland, you can pay a clown to stalk somebody for 7 days. And if they catch them, they'll throw a pie in their face. That sounds horrific.
Did you by any chance get the contact information?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
It's horrifying.
I'll be right back. Hold on a second.
Oh God, I think I gave her an idea. Could you imagine being stalked by a clown? It was like, remember?
I think that's a felony. I gotta be honest.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Well, here, I don't know about Switzerland.
Where was it? It was somewhere in the U.S., wasn't it? That had those clown sightings where the people were like just standing on the side of the road dressed as clowns.
I'm really worried about clowns. Is it because it's Halloween season?
It's just clowns, man. Clowns, man, clowns.
Yes.
Tell you.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want a creepy clown either, but I'm not quite as obsessed as you are.
Does anybody else not like clowns out there, or am I like the only one?
No, I think it's amazingly
I mean,
common.
don't get me wrong. I like horror movies and I like a good scare. So
I think it's the uncanny valley aspect of it.
oh, that's a good thought. I didn't even think of it that way.
Yeah, at least that's how I've interpreted it.
Clowns. What are you gonna do with clowns?
So now you know. If you want to scare me, it's bugs, and if you want to scare Tim, it's clowns.
Freaking clowns.
All our deep secrets are out there now.
Maybe we shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is bad.
Yeah. People know our secrets. That's not good.
I know.
Crazy. We're just gonna go in here. I think that's probably pretty good. Yeah, I think that looks good. I like the neon. It looks really cool. Makes them pop. So I would call those worker bugs done. These are really cool models, and they are now officially the cheapest unit in the game. So I'm waiting for the guy that fields, 20 of them, as opposed to the 8 stands from the other guy. So yeah, they came out really cool. So you can see they have these little scythe talon things, and they're gonna get in there and cut you up. So the last thing I like to do on these is just give it one more swipe of black around the edge, just to make sure that it's nice and crisp with the gesso. So here comes the cup, folks. And this thing of gesso is just about out. I got a new one in the mail the other day, so we'll see if we get another squeeze out of it. Oh, I did. Ooh, excuse the cup there. There we go. And get our brush full of gesso. Alright. Sometimes I'll actually use gesso to prime models. It doesn't do so hot on large flat surfaces, but on a general, it tends to leave streaks. But if you had a little model and you just needed to quick prime them, you could do it. I water it down a little bit though, because it is filled with rubber and plastic, so it tends to muckety muck up things. But it does a great job on bases, I tell you. Okay, so that gives us that nice crisp black around the base. Yeah, I'm gonna call those guys done. You guys watch those guys from start to finish. Well, not in one session, but in 2 sessions, I believe. Maybe 3. Hey, I'm a slow painter sometimes. We don't judge. This is a no judgment painting zone here. So get last looks at the cup, guys. The cup's going away.
I think the cup is developing its own fan base, which is odd.
So we're gonna work on these mercs a little bit, and I actually have the last 2 stands that need to have their boiler black put on. So these guys I'm just gonna touch up. There's a couple of spots in the periscope blue that needs touch up, so we're gonna touch those up before we give them a quick wash. So we should have time for the wash tonight. So give that periscope blue on there. Let's go ahead and get it on there. Okay. Alright, so there a little. Actually, we need to. Yeah, that looks good. Here a little bit. Oh, that looks pretty good. If you hear that in the background, that's the dog doing God knows what under the painting desk.
She's cleaning her paws.
Oh, is that what she's doing?
Mm-hmm.
Likely story. Alright, we got a couple little spots, nothing major. On this guy, he's got this cool little pad in his hand, so.
You people out there are making me feel bad. You're not saying anything.
Nobody's talking.
I mean, it's cool. I get it if you don't like me. I'm not everybody's cup of tea.
You're delightful.
I am delightful. That's right. I am.
Let me tell you something, folks. When you find your Trilaterum, Stacy, you just hold on with both hands. It's gonna be a crazy long ride, and it's gonna be great. Just make sure you hold on. All right, we're gonna go in and get our boiler black out. Do some touch up with that. There's a couple little spots I want to touch up, and then so on the snipers they have these cloaks. So I'm actually gonna do the cloaks in a camo, I think. So I'll do the silver, and then we'll paint the cloaks separate. Ugh. Okay. I don't like these pots though. The privateer pots are not my favorite. So we had one of these guys' helmets right there. Right there. There's a couple little spots I want to touch up before I hit them with the wash. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, good. All right, let's go ahead and we're gonna get the heavy guys. The big beefy close combat dudes, and the snipers need their coat of boiler black. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and hit their armor with the silver, like the other guys, but we'll come back and we're gonna do these cloaks really cool. I'm gonna do just a I don't know. What do you think? You think we should do an urban camo? You think we should do a traditional green camo? Let me know. Well, nobody's really talking, so I'll decide on my own. Oh, Stacy, what do you think?
I have no opinion.
Stacy has no opinion. No opinion? Like none?
On this particular subject?
Oh, okay. Well, good. I was gonna say.
I mean, I have lots of opinions.
I was gonna say you have lots of opinions. You know.
I am happy to talk about all my opinions, but I don't. On this, I don't have an opinion.
All right. Here's an opinion I need. Pickles or no pickles on the sandwich?
What kind of sandwich?
Like a sandwich.
No.
Like a sandwich you get at the
no.
You go to a restaurant.
There are many types of sandwiches, and moreover, what type of pickle?
Oh, I'm talking. You go to this.
It's really a complex issue, Tim.
You go.
And I'm really disappointed in you in trying to make it simplistic, because it's not.
You order a sandwich. It comes to the table, and it's got that stanky, wet, juicy pickle that they put on everyone.
That's the dill pickle. See, yeah. I am not pro dill pickle. I know.
I hate that. You know, gets all over your bread, gets all over your roll. Then you got soggy, stinky pickle juice everywhere.
I do, but that's not me disliking pickles. That's dill. I don't like dill, so I love sweetened, or bread and butter pickles, not sweet and sour pickles. My goodness, bread and butter pickles.
I like the sweet heat bread and butters. Those are good.
Those are good, particularly on like barbecue sandwiches.
Yeah, I'm feeling like people just don't want to talk tonight.
Yeah, no.
I hear. So we take it that you all love dill pickles. So that's
you can have our dill pickles.
You can have the dill pickles.
Actually, I have to fight our son for them, but sure.
Gross. That boy. We'll go to like the country store and he'll want to get a pickle out of that barrel, man. Ooh. You know how long them pickles been in that barrel?
Well, that's why they pickle them, dear.
Ugh. Yeah, but like, come on. Come on. Eventually they go bad.
Do they? Oh.
Just getting a bigger brush for this job. We need a bigger boat to get all the silver on this big old guy. Beefy Man Jones here. Like that one, Beefy Man Jones?
Sure.
Sure. Yeah. I was gonna give some codes away and everything, but nobody's
No,
talking.
I don't think they're here.
I don't think anybody's here. I think we're doing the show for our own good.
I don't know.
Oh well. Not everyone's a winner, I guess.
I'm a winner.
We know that. Okay, we'll get in here. Well, if anybody has any specific requests for this weekend, hit us up on the social medias, the Facebooks. Oh, sorry, the Metas, the Googles, the email. What? The email? Well, I guess the email that works because that's how you would say it. It's the email.
Well, you might say the email address, but
Sure.
I don't know.
It's the email address. I'm actually working on another little project. We're trying to move more of our miniatures to resin, so some of the bigger miniatures, stay tuned because we're trying to get them over to resin from FDM. So I've got the Commander Tap right now that we're testing. That's the large Dominion. So large Dominion mech that we're trying to move from FDM to resin. So stay tuned on that front. Well, we're just about done with getting the boiler black on this guy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, I think he's good. So we're gonna let him dry. And well, looks like we're coming close to done here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my little pot away. We got some happy little minis tonight. Happy little minis with some happy little bases and some happy little tufts. Okay, we're going to switch back over to our main cam. So give us 1 second to swap seats. And yes, that grunting was the dog yet again. Okay. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. I hope you had fun. Make sure you come out and see us at Twilight on Saturday. Watch the socials as we update them for all the other events that we've been talking about, as well as October's late new releases. They'll get there eventually. We will have limited quantities of the Merc units on site at Twilight. They are at the moment going to be show exclusives until we get them onto the web store. So make sure you come out and see us at a show if you want to get your hands on those. As always, if there's anything you'd like to ask us about, hit us up on Facebook or Messenger or send us an email. Check out the link tree for our website, www.trilaterum.com. All the goodness is on there. So I guess we'll just say goodbye from Saren's room. Goodbye, Stacy.
Goodbye, Stacy.
Everybody have a great night. Thank you all for joining us.